this review of Hangtime is going to be done on this N64 I'm refurbing. You can see it's half assembled. I found this really cool lunchbox thing at Target, and it's a really cool storage case for my N64 games. It's a Star Wars thing. Check it out, and it holds a lot too. Anyway, on with the review. Let's do it. Today, I'm testing a refurbed Nintendo 64 that I did. I don't have the top on because I replaced some crap in it and I don't want to put the top on yet. I'm here with Hangtime, and this was one of the things I was going to review. So first of all, we're going to do what we always do, which is go through some of the fun stuff and then get to the main gameplay. You can see I am numero uno. There are some old records and some new records, but just hitting Z basically gets you to them. So first, this is one of the things I love about this game. You can set your controls, which is really cool and handy, especially because the ones that come default on this are just bewildering to me. You can set difficulty, the clock, and all that jazz. I'm gonna go ahead and put the difficulty to medium. I didn't realize it was so low. Now, of course, a quarter muncher back in the day, because this game is a port of an arcade game, is that you can create a player, and this obviously made them a boatload of quarters. So let's, for example, go into my account. Actually, you know what? Let's create a different player really quick. This was an old player nickname I used when I was a kid. So basically you can change their head. Obviously we're going to change it to the cow because he's cow pie. Yeah, we'll leave that default. So what I like to do is, as you can see, you can mess around with the attributes. So as far as playing goes, I'm really good at rebounding and I'm good at running and stuff, so I like to just max out the height, take down the weight, bring my speed up. Maybe take one or two from those, and then just bring my shoot up. So we're going to go ahead and play with this account, and you can see you can get more attribute points if you do certain things, if you win 4 games, and also you get more attribute points if you answer the trivia questions correctly. So here I just go ahead and enter my name. And you'll notice it recognized me as a custom character. So here, I forget, yeah, there you go. If you press pass, you can change the color of Rodman's hair, which is a very 90s code right there. So we're going to go ahead and use Rodman. This game is really cool for a multitude of reasons, the actual gameplay, I mean. It has assists, well, you will see. Rodman is great with assists, and if you do 3 assists in a row, you get Team Fire, but for some reason he's not going up. So that means I'll have to do it. Now you can see that I'm towering over the other players, which means that if there's any rebound to be made, I'll most likely get it first. I mean, you can see I just rebounded the ball twice. For those wondering, I am filming this on my CRT that I got off Craigslist for like 20 bucks. It was very much worth the money. It's a nice big screen, and it works really well. I basically am wondering about the day when these things go completely the way of the dodo. I think this television is something like 14 or 15 years old. So, yeah. There's tons of them on Craigslist and stuff like that, some even for free if you wait it out long enough. But the problem is the cathode ray tubes break, and they're not the easiest to replace. But I plan on, assuming there's a safe way to do it without being some crazy electrician, I plan on replacing the cathode ray tube in this one when it goes. What's also nice about this is you can see it. I mean, there are some people who really are very devoted to the whole 4:3 aspect ratio thing. I did some other reviews on an HD TV, and it looked a heck of a lot better than this, but I wanted to do a few on the CRT just to have some fun with it. And yeah, I suppose you could manipulate the images enough, but to me it's such a very small thing. Yes, it does squat the image out a little bit. It makes things smaller to put something that's supposed to be 4:3 on 16:9. But at the same time, that's what people are looking at these days. Those are the definitions that we're used to. So even this, it's being filmed in HD, but keep in mind I'm filming a scanline cathode ray tube screen, so I'm actually filming it at a higher resolution, I believe, than it really is. You should check out my video of Mario Kart because I recorded it on the same CRT. And there were a boatload of glitches. It was like glitch day that day, apparently. I do plan on getting a DVD recorder, so that way I can just record what goes on through it rather than having to use a camera. When I recorded it off of an HD TV, I just put my 4K camera in front of it, and it worked out really well. I did Ocarina of Time. What else? It was Rogue Squadron, and a couple other games. So you should check out those reviews and all. Now, this game, compared to other basketball games such as NBA Courtside featuring Kobe Bryant, it's a lot different. There's less like tactics and just more arcade. You don't have like offensive sets and defensive sets. In Courtside and even NBA Live 2000, which I do not recommend because it's a pile of shit, they're a lot more complex than this game. What you wanna do? Hang time, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anything goes on the court and never been beat. Beauty only skin people like to rim 10 feet. You can't stop me, your game looks sloppy. You need more practice, maybe you like this. To enjoy this game by midway, I could drive around you, we shoot trade. Yeah, we memorized that as kids. Proving I'm an N64 OG. Alright, so the players obviously do have fatigue. So usually I take Scottie Pippen. So let's take Pippen. Scottie Pippen. I think he had a nose job at some point. He had a huge nose. It was weird because I looked him up online, and if you look at some pictures, his nose looks different in some than others, so... But who knows, maybe he broke it or something? I don't know. Interesting dude. Wow. Yeah, so one of the bigger things in this game is the ability to clear out your opponent, to push them down. And obviously, in regulation basketball, that is a foul. You know, it's an intentional foul. So, you can actually do intentional fouls in courtside and stuff, but the thing is it brings you to the foul line, you know, it gives somebody a chance at the charity stripe. Here, there's no such thing as free throwing. You will get certain fouls, but you don't even get like backcourt violations, stuff like that. So I don't know if that was a matter of programming or just a matter of like, well, it's an arcade game. It doesn't have to be some amazing basketball game, you know. And clearly, this is just another version of NBA Jam. There's some goaltending there. Wow, this is not a good game. Usually I'm ahead. Jeez. I noticed something about the computer on this. I noticed if you give the computer a chance to do something, sometimes it will improve what you're doing. Ah, of course I hit the wrong button. Now eventually, when you level up enough, when you win enough games, not only do your opponents change into different custom characters, but your CPU partner gets better. Oh man, 1 point. Jeez. Usually I'm better than this. Because I have this on relatively medium difficulty, I don't really think that we're going to see any team fire or anything like that. And basically all that is you're more apt to get, if you make 3 baskets as one guy, you can get fire, and I believe it's for a certain amount of time. But you generally just make a boatload of 3s. And then you can get team fire by doing alley-oops 3 in a row. Man, it's just not working. Alright, so I guess the message here is I need to let Pippin play. So we're also going to play another game in a second with one of my other characters. Ooh. Man. There you go. Come on. Get the 3. Alright, get the 2. There we go. Oh, no. This is not good. This is not good, son. Ah, Scott Pippin. Nice. I don't know if I was expected to go down there and do that. Yeah, so we're not getting anywhere here. So here's another nice feature. You can just quit this damn game, which is what I'm going to do.
No way!
Okay, and let's go back into the options. I'm just going to take that difficulty down a little bit. So, given what we just saw, you can imagine what this is like when it's on full difficulty. I mean, it's got to be impossible. So let's see. Let's be me. Now you'll note that once I log in, it's going to tell me all the achievements that I did. And just to mix it up, we'll play with some Coup Coach, the Croatian sensation, and we will play on the rooftop court. That was a code I entered to get this court. That's one of my biggest beefs with this game, is there's not enough environmental change. I mean, I get that it's a simple basketball game, that they didn't have the memory back then for all this jazz. But then again, I mean, they used the expansion pack, or, sorry, not the expansion pack, the, okay, that didn't work out. They used the controller pack memory, to save your characters and stuff. I don't know why they couldn't use it to save other data, you know, thus freeing up space for other environments or whatever. But again, it's an arcade port, so, you know, it's I'm probably comparing apples to oranges as far as, like, the programming is concerned and stuff. I never actually played the arcade game when I was a kid. I only played this port of it. And of course, it being a repeat of NBA Jam, the same people basically made it. That's why you'll see Termel a lot. And once you get, like I was saying, to a certain level, you even play Termel. And I believe if you enter in Termel in the right passcode, you can access his profile and play as him. Same thing with some other players, but I don't know if you can actually change their attributes or not. Oh my gosh. Oh. Well, at least they're having trouble too. Whoop, maybe not. Alright, so this guy is on fire. Okay, so I just put it out, but he would have been able to make threes like all day long for a while. We'll go in? Nope. Okay, cool. So you can see I'm doing a little bit better because I brought down the difficulty. Nothing crazy. Ah, right when I was passing to him. I think also when you do the alley-oops, it actually helps your stats a little bit. And I'm thoroughly convinced that there's some kind of a rhyme and reason to this game. When you do certain things, other things become easier. So like if I just continue trying to shoot over and over and over again, I'll start missing more. But if I let Kuko shoot a little bit, it'll improve my chances of getting a basket. It's weird. Nice. Oh. Now, of course I'm not playing with a human, but when I do, I always warn them, like, look, we're going to push each other over at some point. At some point, that accident is going to happen, you know, so just be prepared for it. That was something when I used to play this game with my dad when I was a kid. He would hate that when I accidentally took him out. Ah. There we go. Man, these guys have a really good defense. Jeez. I mean, we're still up, but man. Wow, 1 of 6 threes. That's crazy. And I got 6 turnovers. Damn. So as far as the graphics go in this, I like them. I mean, they're simple. It's nothing crazy at all. For its time, this game was amazing. This music, everything. It was really cool that they had some pretty true-to-life pictures. Maybe the cow isn't as true to life, but the other stuff is. So I got Scott Pippen. Hit the wrong button there. Oh. There are other small ways that the computer can get you. Basically, it takes advantage of kind of like just certain things that happen. It'll just walk in front of you so you can't pass for a certain amount of time. Not a lot of basketball games do that. More often they let you exploit, the player, exploit those issues. In NBA Courtside, which is something I'm going to review, I frequently just push players into the, not physically push them, but I guess I guard them out of bounds. You know, I keep guarding forward towards them as they come towards me, and then I get them to go out of bounds eventually. Or do a backcourt violation. That game is easier as far as gameplay goes, because I played it on its hardest setting, and I've done it without custom characters, and I've still won the championship. the championship. That's another downside to this game. It doesn't have a championship. There's no finals, no nothing. It's just about you and this essentially career. There we go. And Courtside has career players too, but you can also just create custom characters as well. Unfortunately, they just have X amount of attribute points. It's not like this where you can earn more. Oh shit, he's on fire. I gotta get this ball back to him. Tried to have him throw a 3, but he didn't. Ah, that sucks. What's worse is when people are on team fire. Ooh. I guess I gotta stop trying to shoot those 3s. I should just play some baseline or just do some dunks, do some simple stuff. Ah, that was a good block. Alright, Pippin. Come on, buddy. Nice. In other basketball games, most notably Courtside, the players almost need to kind of warm up in a way. Wow. Yes, fine. Ah, I floored him too late. Good deal. Blocking is kind of hard, I think, historically, in many of the basketball games, at least for me. I've never, like, maxed out the blocking and stealing of somebody in this game. I'm sure it helps, but I just find it particularly difficult. And part of it may be because of my eyesight. I have astigmatism, which makes me have issues with depth perception. So sometimes I'll think that I'm closer to the basket than I really am. Like there, I tried to get that rebound and I was too far away. So that's another challenge that I have. Oh, nice. Way to pass, buddy. Down by 4. Leans in. Down by 7 now, bitches. So yeah, I would rate this game, gosh, like basically 9.5 out of 10. It has a lot of stuff right with it, but it could just have a boatload more going on. I think, anyway. Nice. Okay, so here we are. Since I'm using my phone to film this, I'm most likely going to guess this. But let's see. Ooh, I have 4 trivia points. What city is home to the NBA? Okay, well, it used to be New Orleans. But which is it? I forget. Oh well. Wah, wah, wah. I know they moved, but it used to be that. That's why they were called the Jazz. You know. And now they're the Utah Jazz. Of course. Alright, cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and stick around for more of my N64 reviews. I've also been doing computer game reviews. Carmen Sandiego is coming up. I did Wolfenstein. I have Torrance Passage coming up. I also did walkthroughs of Sam and Max Hit the Road, and another one of those LucasArts games. Oh, Day of the Tentacle, the non-remastered version. Alright folks, take it easy.